Speaking of going to your hometown and see if people have changed, right? I do have a funny story about someone who I met in my university town that has definitely changed in a way that I didn't imagine.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened is I went to see some of my mates who are living in Bristol right now, which was my city where I went to university. I went to University of Bristol, and so we're at this club, right? And we meet a guy there, and this guy who I wasn't very close to him in university, but word on the street was he was the type of guy who, if you needed certain substances, that was the guy to call, right? Okay, and so I'm just having a casual chat, and he asked me what I'm doing. And I was like, I start talking about Japan. I start talking about being a YouTuber, living in Japan and stuff like that. And he goes, I do something about Japan now. And I'm like, what the fuck do you do now? What is this person? So to preface, this is a guy who applied to Love Island once, right? He is he is not the kind of guy who I would expect has any interest
Sigma male.
in Japan at all, right? Yeah. And he goes, oh yeah, like I deal Pokemon cards now. I'm just like, fuck off. What is this? And he's like, I was like, how are you getting Pokemon cards? I was like, I love Pokemon. I've always loved it. And I was like, how are you getting Pokemon cards? And I'm like, Gant, I've got contacts. And I'm just like, why did you have to make it sound like that? And so he takes me over to one side, right? And he's just like, yo, Gant, come here. Look, I've got a good deal if you're interested in Pokemon cards. Right? I was just like, what? Yeah, I was like, you're taking the piss. And it's like, mate, I just sent off a shiny Mewtwo. It got grade 9 shiny Mewtwo, mate. Yeah. First edition. It can be yours. I'm selling it, but I'll give you a good deal. And I'm just like, this is the weirdest fucking offshoot of Breaking Bad I've ever seen.
Jesse, we got a grade.
And so yeah, so this guy went through a complete career change, apparently, and is now dealing Pokemon cards.
I've got contacts at Game Freak. Just pulls out a bunch of business cards.
The whole weirdest aspect of this whole Pokemon card was
what?
It was that people were sending cards, their cards, for Logan Paul to open.
Why? So that they could be in the video?
There's some kind of like modern cucking that I'm not aware of, where like you don't get enjoyment out of opening your own things now. You have to send them to someone else who can open them, but better.
It's like a form of voyeurism.
It's like, he's opening that Pokemon card just the way I like.
That's my deck.
It's a shiny Bulbasaur. Like, what is this? What fucking year are we in where we don't get enjoyment? It's like I go and buy a bunch of gacha and I make Joey log in my account and do it because he does it better than me.
I mean, that also is a thing.
Yeah.
Gun always pulls for me and I get it.
Isn't this weird? What is this?
Yeah, I always call for Navi.
What kind of modern cucking is this? Like, what is this? When did this begin? Why is this a thing?
I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of like Genshin YouTubers who get...
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they get like...
Tech does it.
Like Tech like pulls for other players. It's like... What?
I mean, I feel like it's just like living vicariously through this one person, right? Because
I guess,
but
it's like
with Pokemon cards, it feels like a weird extra step where you would send these like extremely valuable cards to be opened.
Like, do they come back to the person?
Yeah, they come back to the person.
What?
I think I kind of get it because it's kind of like sharing. You're like there's. It's all about the experience, right? Because you're sharing the experience with, say, your favorite content creator. Because there's a difference. There is a difference doing it yourself and like having the freak out by yourself, and like doing it as like a group, group experience.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
I guess
it just feels like this weird kind of. What year are we in?
It is a bit of an extra
step. People just don't want to open up their own things anymore. Yeah. I'm going to invite Gon over to open up my fucking Dyson vacuum cleaner just so I can get the true experience of how a Dyson
watch him take off the peelies.
How a Dyson should be unboxed. Because Gon will do it better than me. Isn't it weird? Like okay, I understand it's a shared experience, but it's weird.
Yeah.
It is strange, right?
It is a bit strange. It's a bit strange.
I don't think it's strange.
Would you do it?
Would you send off your cards for someone else to open?
No, but I would if I'm like say opening like a rare pack, I'd want my boys in there. I'd be like, I wouldn't want to do it by myself. I want to like share the experience, right?
Boys, 5 p.m. my place. I'm opening up.
I have a fresh pack right here.
Non-crinkled cards.
Look, it's just like part of the fun is the shared experience of just doing this exciting thing, you know.
But when does it not become your thing? It's not your thing anymore. It's someone else's.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If you send your cards off to Logan Paul to open up,
does he send them back?
yeah.
No, but the thing is, like, there's a massive difference.
It's like you being cut out, right?
Yeah, there's a massive difference between like you gathering your friends to do it in front of your friends, and then sending your cards to someone that you don't know,
Who maybe
and
says
they
like,
don't
thanks,
know
Sherry.
you.
Thanks, Sherry, for giving me the cards.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
that's it.
I mean, it's that with extra steps, but like
It's
you're sharing that with like say one of the biggest content creators on the platform, right? So it's like
Yeah, but
Joey, do this role for me, Joey. I can't.
Yeah, but like
you
the
do it, Joey. You do
the
it.
problem is that like the majority of like if they're like streaming it on Twitch, the majority of the chat isn't going to be like, oh, this is the card that was sent by this person. Holy shit!
I guess I kind of get it now that you say it like that. I do kind of understand that you could get more enjoyment out of seeing other people react to your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is just strange, isn't it? What level of consumerism are we on right now? Where this is, we buy things for ourselves for someone else to open for us. What level is this?
It's like just make sure to send it back.
What level of capitalism is this? This is what they're going to use in like other communist societies. Be like, look at it. They don't even buy their own stuff anymore. They buy it for someone else to open. Isn't it weird? Look at that. It is like, I think, okay, I kind of get it now, but it is strange.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
You have to admit, objectively, it sounds bizarre.
I mean, you can make anything sound weird if you like put it in a weird way.
Try it. Try it. Do it.
I don't
Do
know.
it right now. Give me an example.
But like, I mean, that's kind of like the same kind of argument when Let's Players starts to get popular, right?
Oh,
Where it's
yeah.
like it's a bit weird. You know, I mean, you're kind of just watching someone play a video game and they're not even good at the video game.
Well, okay, I would argue with that one though. It's not like I'm buying a physical copy of the game.
Yeah, and then sending it to the Let's Player.
I don't have a copy anymore. It's like you do it, and then I watch you play it.
Yeah,
But-
it's not like
but then
I'm
again,
sending a
people-
game to the Let's Player, and then they're like, just after you finish it, just give me back the game.
But then again, people do buy games
Yeah.
for streamers, but then they normally do that because they want to see them have the experience that they had. So
it's all about the shared experience, right? And then
I guess I do understand the feeling. It's just it does seem strange to me that this even was a thought. That
At first glance, it's
that
weird.
someone was like, "I'm
Yeah.
gonna send my cards to Logan Paul." It's like
I think it's
it
just
is-
the way you say in the sentence.
Yeah.
It's
'cause it's
funny.
like, well, 'cause it's akin to like being cucked in my mind. It's like
I'm gonna send my girlfriend.
Well, yeah, it's like
to Logan
I won't get as much satisfaction out of doing this as
Yeah.
I would watching someone else do this for me.
yeah.
I mean,
kind of.
it is kind of more satisfying, right? I mean, I
Is it now, God?
yeah.
Well,
You
congratulations.
telling us something, God?
well, God. Oh, well.
Yeah, you're into your own shit. That's cool, dude.
No, I mean, like for example, with Gacha, it is like a lot more fun to pull on stream.
Always
or
comes back to Gacha.
it does always come back to Gacha, right? But I mean, that's
That
kind
is
of.
peak entertainment in 2021.
I mean, that's what Pokemon cards are, right?
Yeah,
it's
it
just
is.
Gacha.
It's physical gacha.
It's
I
just
know,
physical
I know,
Gacha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the loot box OG.
Yeah.
So it's a lot funner to do with your mates. Like every time, I remember when we were like addicted to art nights.
Yeah.
Every time Joey was in the office, he was like, "I'm going to do a pool," and we're like, "Oh, let's see what he gets." And it's a lot more fun to do with mates because if you don't get it, then your mates will be like, "Haha, you're a fucking idiot."
right. But it's not like you're buying packs for Joey to pull because
Well,
they
no,
won't-
because you get the cards back, so it's.
Yeah, but let's say, yeah, I guess you do. Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess like the equivalent to that is like, I'm gonna give you $100 to pull on Arknights, but once you finish the pulls, I need you to send me the $100 back. You know, it's like that's a little weird.
No, I mean, it's more like you're just giving the phone to another person. Joey, you do the pull for me. You do. I trust
That's
your Gacha
strange,
luck.
like giving your significant other to someone else for one evening of magical lovemaking that you can view.
While you sit back and enjoy the show.
I'm not crazy, right, with this comparison.
No,
right?
I get what you're coming from. Yeah, but it's just now that I think about it, it is not as weird as I initially thought.
Okay,
As weird as that is in and of itself. Is it weird that we don't find that weird anymore?
Let me sell you another idea.
Okay.
So you know, like you watch movies and animes and stuff
For
like
fuck's
that.
sake, I know what you're gonna say.
Right. So fuck that. Like, imagine instead of watching a 2-hour movie, you could watch 3 blokes sitting on a set just arguing about chicken breasts and chicken thighs. How's that sound?
Sounds like quality content.
That's called good life choices.
I have one question. Where do I subscribe? Well,
How do I sign up for that?
I suppose. Well, I mean, what would you categorize? Why do you think Trash Taste is successful? What do you think?
That's a very good question.
This podcast really is a sucking our own dick podcast, isn't it?
Why are we so? Hold on a second. Why are we so goddamn entertaining, guys?
Why are we so good? Can you explain?
No, then why do you think? What is? Why would someone go and watch ours instead of watching a movie which is objectively better entertainment?
I could give like a really deep answer now. That is just like I feel like
I'm ready for the truth bomb.
No, I feel like with the whole shared experience thing we're talking about, a lot of people would now crave kind of like that feeling of like a relationship or like a closeness with someone. And a lot of people can feel that parasocially by, for example, sending their cards to their favorite streamers or sending some money for their favorite gacha streamers to Paul, or just watching 3 blokes, 3 friends talk for 2 hours. You know, you get that feeling that you're connected with someone, that you have that feeling of connection, even though that connection isn't technically real, you know. And I feel like a lot of content nowadays, especially with the younger generation, is got like a lot of the most successful streamers and a lot of the most successful content creators are people who can accurately represent that feeling of a close connection, a parasocial relationship, let's say. See, that was my deep answer.
I'm 14 and this is deep, bro.
my meme answer is just 3 blokes chatting shit.
It's just fun, isn't it?
It's just fun, isn't it?
I guess because we don't, we didn't strive to have that, right? We just talk, but it's always much deeper.
We do it for our own self-satisfaction.
We just want to make a show. We just chat shit.
I mean, we didn't try for that. It just happened by complete luck.